Today I've been thinking a lot about what is my purpose in life, or what is just people's purpose in life in general. And I think that generally when I've heard about people talking about their purpose in life, it's generally talking about a greater purpose, like for the greater good of people, like, hey, I do this thing to help out millions of people, where like I like volunteering or I dedicate my life to God or whatever they believe in, that type of thing. And that's generally what I hear about when people talk about finding their purpose. But when I think, when I hear people talk about that, that makes me believe then that people think that finding their purpose is their way to be valuable in life. And I don't necessarily agree with the fact that um, having a greater purpose or a greater good for people is your way to be valuable, because I think people are inherently valuable. And I don't think that you have to do anything to be valuable or to have a purpose in this life. Like, the reason that you're in here is just to be yourself. I don't think you have to have a greater good. But with that being said, I think having a purpose in the non traditional sense of the word is really nice. Something that, doing something that you have found that excites you, or just something that you like or love to do beyond anything else, and something that you think that you can do really well, or if it happens to be for the greater good, that's really nice as well. But I think just having something that you're passionate about as your purpose, or something that you like, or maybe it's just something very, very, very simple that you just like doing. You know, maybe not even passionate about it, maybe you just like it more so than many other things that you've been doing. And I think that's what I like about finding your purpose. But I think it comes with some strings attached, because I think a lot of people will use it will use that method of thinking as a way just to like only do one thing that they found they enjoy. And I think life should be more about experiencing a lot of different things that you really enjoy. So trying to find as many, trying to do as many different activities as you can to really show, or to really prove to yourself that you were meant for one specific thing. So I think if you were to just do something once that you really liked, and you're like, oh, I like this one thing, I'm just going to do this for the rest of my life now. I think that's rather boring, and I don't think that's your purpose. I think your purpose is to try a lot of things and see what you're either best at, what you're most passionate about, or if it's not, if it's like really falls with everything in line, then it can be something for the greater good as well. And I think that's a real bonus if you can do something that helps a lot of people. And so my problem with finding a purpose in my life is just going around and trying to figure out what I'm truly good at, what I'm passionate about, and then also trying not to stop when I found something that I like, and not just do that, because I know there's so much more that I have to experience in this life. So for me, I'm trying to, like, I know what I thought my purpose was has changed so many times over the course of my life. When I was a kid, for a long time, I just thought I was meant to be just like, I thought life was just being um, your average Joe. You just have a family, have friends, live a nice life, and that's it. And to be honest, that still sounds like an amazing thing. I think I'd really enjoy doing that. But the more I've gotten older, the more I've been a little bit scared of, I think, the boredom that might come with that. And I wanted something that would bring a little bit more passion into my life. And so my idea of purpose has changed. And then it became something where I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I need to do something brilliant. Like, I need to be the most well known sports player of blah, 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 ever. And then I was like, I don't care enough about it because I don't have the passion for it. So it was continuing to try things that I had passion for. And I was like, okay, maybe I want to do, I don't know, maybe I want to be an entertainer. And I think entertaining people is good to a certain extent, but I think I'm passionate about it in certain ways, and I think I would hate it in a lot of other ways. And so then I think I keep ping-ponging back and forth between very small goals and very, very big goals. And I haven't just not overcorrected yet and gotten something nice in the middle. So it was basically like, oh, I want to just boring old life. Then I want everything. And then I want to, I remember at one point in my life, I just was like, you know what? Maybe I just want to help out one person each day. And I just want to like make one person's day better. And I still think that is an awesome goal to have, but I don't think that should just be my entire goal. Is just to help one person out a day. I can do way more than that. I think people in general are way more capable of that, and I need to hold myself to a higher standard because helping out one person a day is good. But if I think I can help out one person a day and I have the rest of the day to do stuff, there's a lot more that I can get done. And so I'm now trying to figure out what else I want to do. And then I'm sort of realizing, you know what? Maybe I'm not meant to have one purpose. And maybe most people aren't. Maybe you're meant to have multiple purposes. Maybe you're meant to be like, I think each role that you take on in your life is a different purpose. And I think your how much you're involved with each thing changes as well, and changes like how much of it your purpose it should be. But like being someone like a husband or a dad, that's a huge purpose, I think. But I also don't think it's your only purpose to be a husband or a father or a son, something like that. I think you're definitely destined to be way more than that. I mean, think about it. You were born to be a son, you were born to be a father, you were born to be a husband. That's all serving other people, which I still think is great. I think serving people is probably one of the best things that you can do. But at least for me, I don't think I find the same sort of passion that maybe other people do in some of that. And that's not to say that I don't want it, because I do definitely want it. But I think I find passion in doing other things like making people laugh. I have passion in athletics. I really, really, really like the learning process of something. I enjoy not knowing anything about it, and that enjoyable like learning curve of like getting involved in something and learning all the different aspects of it and getting really involved with it. I think that's what I'm passionate about, which is nice because that passion of that learning curve and understanding how to do things and building up the momentum for that is something that I can apply to a ton of different things in my life, because everything takes a learning. So if I just enjoy the learning process, it means I can do athletics. It means I can try to just become a better person. I can try to help other people out. I mean, that takes learning. You can't just go, oh, I know how to help people out. I mean, think about people like Mr. Beast. I mean, I know it's a weird example, but that man has built his entire brand on helping people out. But he does all sorts of different things. I'm going on a sidetrack. Basically, this is all to say that I really enjoy learning, and I want to be able to do as many different things as possible. I want to do cool stuff. I want to do cool stuff that I just find I'm really, really passionate about, because I just really enjoy, like sports. I just really enjoy sports. I've always enjoyed sports. That's what I really, really love doing. And then there's also other things like I want to become a family man. I want to be a husband. And I want to be a dad. I would love to do that type of thing, but it's not necessarily centered around myself. It's centered around serving a very small subset of people that I would love a lot. And then another thing I want to do is I want to help people out in my own weird way, because helping people out, I don't think I'm ever going to be the type of guy that's out there just volunteering to pick up trash. I've done that before, and I don't particularly enjoy it. I want to find my purpose in helping people out in a certain way. And what I like doing is brightening people's day through just daily interaction and being nice to them. And that's something that I've really enjoyed. And so it's like saying hi to people at grocery stores. So like just constantly being like an energy of light to, I think, a lot of people, especially when people, you can tell when someone's having a bad day. I really, really enjoy being just a little bright spot in someone's day right there. So I like that small scale thing, making people laugh. I love that. That's a lovely small scale thing that I know I can do each day. And I think that's a small purpose of mine. And then I think I'd like to have a bigger purpose now. Just one thing that I've realized recently is I'd like to be an inspiration to people as well, for a larger scale group of people as well, which is why I'm doing this right here. I want to be able to inspire a huge amount of people to be able to go do stuff that they've always wanted to do and show someone that you can do anything you want to do from someone who's maybe been scared of doing a lot of stuff, hasn't always wanted to do stuff that has inspired them, but now is trying to. And I think I'd like to be that inspiration for people. And so I think with all these different purposes that I keep adding in my mind over the course of years and years and years, I think it just kind of goes to show that your purpose doesn't have to be one thing. You also don't have to find your purpose immediately. You can just explore, do fun stuff, figure it out. And then also, when you do find like your purpose or what you think your purpose is, keep exploring, keep adding stuff on. You don't have to take away stuff. You don't have to go, oh, well, now I want to become like, I used to like sports, but now I want to be a dad and father. You don't have to give that up. You might have to like split time with stuff, but you don't have to give that up. And then when you're a dad and father, maybe your kids move away, maybe something happens. I don't know. You don't have to give up being a dad and father all the way to be doing all this other stuff. I mean, it's all just about juggling your time and splitting stuff up. But remember that it's all just a learning process and that it's all just slowly figuring stuff out. Life is a never ending process of learning. And I really, really hope that I can inspire some people someday to follow their dreams and do stuff that they want to do. Because coming from someone who's constantly scared that they're going to mess up or do something wrong or not be able to chase their dreams, or you're just like, or I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. There's a million and one reasons to not do something. And I hope that I can be an inspiration to some people to go out there and chase their dreams. So hopefully you find your purpose someday. And if you don't, I hope you just enjoy the ride. Maybe that maybe that's what the purpose is. Maybe that's what the purpose of life is. Just to enjoy the ride and enjoy your experiences along the way. And I think I'm okay with that if that is.